Hello! So I'm back with another video, finally doing an EastEnders review. So as I've not done one in a long time, it's not going to be a review of the week. It's just going to be kind of like all the key things that have happened recently. So mostly about the fire. I was really looking forward to the fire because I feel like it's just been such a long time since EastEnders have done something like that. All the scenes recently have sort of just been characters talking to each other, you know, a little bit of drama here and there. There's not been like a big stunt for quite a long time. So I was so happy to hear that they were doing something like this. I think I'm going to do like pros and cons because I have very mixed feelings about this episode. So, good points. It was tense, it was exciting, you know, it had that feel of Boat Week, you know, when you're like, oh my god, what's going to happen, what's going to happen? You know, you can see the fires burning, people upstairs trying to like get out. I love episodes like that where, you know, for example, in Emmerdale years ago when they did the helicopter crash and like you were seeing who's still alive. What else? When Hunter shot Ben in the Vic, I thought that was really exciting. That sort of thing. Boat Week is one of the best weeks that I've ever seen on EastEnders. So I love that sort of thing. I loved the fact that Janine was the main focus of the episode. Oh, let's talk about Janine's return first, actually. I thought her return was brilliant. I loved the fact that she used the name Judith Bernstein with this whole fake doctor thing. Nice little nod to her wedding back in the day. And that's what I love about it, the fact that they were referencing old EastEnders, and because loads of people have been saying recently, oh, we want old EastEnders back, it's not as good anymore. So it's kind of like EastEnders are saying to us, we hear you, we're gonna do better, we're gonna make it feel like old school EastEnders again. And yeah, all of her scenes have been great so far. I love the dynamic between her and Kat. I think there's so many like queens in EastEnders at the moment, like, you know, those characters that just make you think, yes, I love this. So you got Janine, you got Kat, Sharon, who else? You know, Kathy, those kind of characters. They're like not older, like middle-aged female characters that I feel like they are the most iconic on the show. Suki as well, we'll add her to the list because even though she's not been on it as long, I think she's amazing. She just adds so much to the show. So back to the fire episode, what else was good about it? I thought Midwife Jack was so funny, him trying to help Linda. Well, actually, to begin with, when Linda was very clearly in labour, obviously not faking it because she's not an actor in the show. Like, Linda's profession isn't acting, she's a bar lady. And did she work at the laundrette for a while? Anyway, she was very, very clearly in labour, and Jack was just like, I'm not buying it, you're not in labour. And I was just watching that like, oh my god, Jack, you're not that stupid, are you? You know, Jack as a midwife, he didn't really do anything to help at all. He was actually not in the room when the baby was born. I think the best midwife on the show will always be Phil from when he helped Kim give birth. Nothing will ever beat that. Phil is midwife of the month for me, even though it was years ago. Now the bad things about the fire. I am going to have a little complaint because even though it was nice to have a tense, exciting episode with that kind of thing, there was a lot wrong with it as well. So I just need to talk about that one musical moment with Kira and Gray. Florence in the machine in the background. Shake-a-da, 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 shake-a-da. Why was that in there? Ah! That was such a bad decision. It just ruined the whole feel of the episode. It just did not make sense at all. It was such a like tense, oh, what's going to happen? Are they going to be alright? We're worried about these characters. And then out of nowhere, shake-a-da, like, why? It was too loud as well. It wasn't obvious that it was playing in the background. Like, it wasn't obvious that somebody was playing it from their house and that we could hear it. It felt too much like music that had been put over the top just for the purposes of editing in the show. It was funny though. I'm sure there'll be some good memes out of it, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't really understand why they made Gray a hero. Like, are they trying to redeem his character? Are they going to try and give him a redemption arc and just turn him into a normal character? I think it's a bit late for that. Hopefully that's not what they're planning to do. I was honestly hoping Gray would just die in the fire, which wouldn't be ideal because really we want people to find out what he did and for him to get punished for it, so him dying in the fire would mean he never really properly gets punished. But at this stage, I'm kind of just like, anything to get him off the show. I'm so sick of seeing him. This is like my biggest issue with EastEnders at the moment, and it has been for probably about a year now. Just the fact that Gray's still on the show and he's still swanning about. It's just so uncomfortable, because I don't think the domestic violence storyline was... I don't think the aftermath was done well. I thought the storyline itself was good, but the aftermath kind of has cheapened it, because he's just become a serial killer, and it's like, well, what are you trying to say with this storyline? Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that again. Back to the fire. The other thing about it, when Tommy was hanging out the window and all the people around were just standing there watching him, why was that? What was that all about? Like, there were literally loads of characters just watching him, like standing 2 meters away. I think the thing is, that was probably more of a social distancing thing. They probably wouldn't have done that had it not been for social distancing. I think EastEnders have started doing their COVID filming a little bit too well, so I sort of forget about it. Like, when they first came back, I was very aware, oh, everyone's 2 meters apart, but now, like, because you forget about it at certain points, and then when it comes up, when you realise there's a scene that is that way because of social distancing, it just sticks out like a sore thumb, and you're like, why are they doing that? It just looks weird. So I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt and hope that they didn't genuinely think that all of those characters would just stand there staring at Tommy being like, oh, it'll be alright, when he's just hanging. Like, go and help him, surely. Even Callum, Mr. I was in the army and I feel guilty if I don't help everyone all the time, was just standing there like, figure it out, Tommy! When COVID really is dead and gone and EastEnders filming goes back to normal, that will be my favourite thing about it. I don't even care about... I've not been nightclubbing since the nightclubs reopened. I don't care about that. I just want EastEnders to be normal again. One more thing about EastEnders that I want to talk about before I go is Honey and Suki, because where did that come from? So I've loved the fact that these two characters had become friends, and, you know, to be fair, I did start to see a little bit of romantic connection there. I did, you know, the way they looked at each other, it was nice. Obviously Suki has now been rejected by Honey, but to be honest, I'm just kind of trusting the process. I don't know if they'll end up together or if it'll, what kind of road it will go down in the end, but plenty of soap characters have year-long build-ups to a relationship, do they? I feel like some have in the past. I'm not saying they should get together. It could potentially be not the healthiest relationship, but I don't really mind that on a soap, because it's just interesting to watch, isn't it? As long as they're having scenes together and they're having drama, I love it. And I know some people are saying, oh, they wouldn't get together, they're both straight. Well, I kind of see where you're coming from, but at the same time, that can change. People can discover those things later on in life. I think that's fine, and it can be fluid as well. So I think it's perfectly legitimate that they could discover their sexualities in later life. I don't think that's a problem at all. There's many reasons why they shouldn't be together, but I don't think that is one of them. So, you know, whatever you think, that's fine, but that's just my opinion. It makes perfect sense to me, and they're just two completely different characters, so a relationship like that would be so good to watch. So I think the writers should put them together. Obviously at the moment they're not getting along, but, you know, it's all fun, it's all drama. So I hope you've enjoyed my review. It's so good to be back. I just want to say a little shout out to the YouTube account Hollyoaks Clips for commenting on my video. I know it just sounds like a small thing, but getting a comment on my video makes me very happy, so thank you. I will be back soon, probably going to do another Married at First Sight review once the whole series has ended, and I might start doing Drag Race reviews as well, because I really got into that last year. So if I get into it this year as well, I think that could be fun. I'm just addicted to TV, to be honest, so whatever I watch next, there'll probably be a review for it at some point down the line. So yeah, thanks for watching my video, bye!